け空いている場所があってずっと知らなかったんだ二人でもいいんだってわからずに待っていたあの日はもう雪解けと一緒に春に変わってゆくよ透明な水になってほしいね朝を探すよ長い冬の後に何度でも何度でもひらめきるこの部屋の中で
Hello everybody, welcome back to a new edition here at J-Core Live! As you can see, I am not really set up everything. Stay. Yeah, it's a bit chaotic at, at my end. So yeah, once again, welcome back to a new edition here at J-Core Live, and we're up here at least 6 months, as I just see that Kudos Soundworks has been subscribed for 6 months to the channel. Thank you very much for being a long-time subscriber since the beginning of time. And Defrag also, thank you very much for the 6 month streak and give me the heebie-jeebies. I didn't expect that sound. And also Orin, thank you very much for being a 3rd month subscriber. Wow, time is really going hard. And yeah, Banana, that's really loud. Yeah, I caught it earplug in my ear, and it's pretty loud. My ear is broken. So yeah, today we are going to do a show called Polymerization by M-Project and Daniel7. So today we also going to have an interview with Mr. Daniel7 himself, and the cat is lying there. Wait, can I zoom it in? Where's the remote? Let's see. What happened if I zoom it in? Can we see something? No. Now I need to turn my camera. The cat. So yeah, yeah, what do I want to say? Oh yeah, first of all, I want to say hello to Banana, Melonpon, Defrag, TomCXR, Strandy, Orange Jesco, Slushy Nova, Apaget, and that's pretty much it. Welcome to the show, and really awesome for you guys to be here with me and with us once again. And also hi to Combine. So yeah, like I want to say, it's gonna be a short album today. Let's see, it's sealed, so I don't really see how many tracks are on it. Let me check. There are going to be 7 tracks. So yeah, it's gonna be a short one. So, I am going to start the first track, so just so we can kick this show off. Also, how are you guys doing today? So, leave a comments in the chat, and we'll talk later. So, first up is gonna be M-Project and Daniel7 with Rock the House, the M-Project and Daniel7 rework. And that was Rock the House from M Project and Daniel 7 rework. So, it's a CD that I never listened to yet, and I already can say that the first track is really banging, and holy hell, that was a good one. It was definitely a good track. Sorry, my microphone. There we go. So yeah, it's a good track, and I really cannot wait to find out how the other 6 tracks are. So, Daniel 7 is ready in about 5 minutes. Yeah. It was a close call, but finally I could finally get contact with Daniel 7. Yeah, I already known him, at least his name, for several years right now. He's a really good producer. And I had the privilege to see him, when was it, last year at Ravekick? Ravekick was the last time. When was it? Last year, September, I think. So yeah, am I here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, it's. I'm really excited to hear what his story is with J-Core, how he met J-Core, who is Daniel 7. So yeah, it's. We'll see how the interview goes, and you know how this is. As you might notice, I'm already also quite tired. The last... Okay, this is a story that you guys already know for so long. But upcoming Saturday, I have another online party called Paradise. It's done by Decimal Sounds. And I'm doing my DJversary on some Eurobeat and Hypertechno stuff on that event. And since, what was it, like 1.5 weeks, I've been constantly non-stop video editing. So yeah, if I seem a little bit tired, that's all me. Sorry about that. But I am going to take a little vacation by next week, hopefully. Then I'm definitely not gonna do anything and just sleep, and then hopefully after the week, of at least the week after, then finally I am going to do all the stuff that I am needing to do with J-Core Live. So yeah, let's go over to the chat. Let's see. D-Frag had a nice nap after work and full of energy after an episode of J-Core Live. Well, can you please send me some energy, because I'll be needing it. Tom CXR, I've been in a work call for the past 2.5 hours and finally get to hang up. 2.5 hours? Damn. 2.5 hours is like almost a J-Core Live show. Or at least the J-Core Live show for nowadays. Damn, I remember the first few episodes that we started 8:30, I think. 8 o'clock, 8:30, and we went up until 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. So that's something I'm not going to do anymore. Let's see, Banana, pretty good day. Think just finished a new track that we've been working on, so it's always nice. So yeah, share your stuff on Discord and let us hear what you made. Let's see, is something else we see? Yeah, okay. Let's see, is Daniel 7 ready? Because then we can get this party started. Oh, damn, he's already in live chat, so give me a minute. Okay, that's a good one. Then we go to the next track, because I think Discord is fucking up a little bit. So the next track is M Project and Daniel 7 by Polymerization. And we're back here at J-Core Live. And that was M Project and Daniel 7 with Polymerization. So yeah, I think it's time for you, or at least it's time for me to introduce you to the special guest of today, and that is Mr. Daniel 7.
Hello.
Oh, I still need to change your name. I just see this. Sorry. Let's see. Then let's go to Daniel 7. Oh, 7. There we go. So yeah, first of all, thank you very much for taking some time and appear in J-Core Live.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Like I already said 5 minutes ago or 6 minutes ago, that I have known your name. Yeah, I don't know, since when was it? Like 2010 or 2011? That's around the time that you started, I think.
I started in 2011, but I started being interested in happy hardcore in 2009, 2010, I guess.
Yeah, and I probably know you from either from Terraform, or I know you from online events. I don't even remember how I know you, but I know that it's already at least a decade.
Yes, I actually, time passes by so fast that I can't believe it's about like 10 years since I started doing happy hardcore, so it's pretty much surprising.
Wait, Banana, I cannot turn his volume up because his volume is already on max. So I don't know if Daniel can put up his volume.
I can try, actually. Let me see.
Because I have set you on max.
Try to, if I can.
Yep, this is definitely a J-Core Live.
Yeah. Okay, is getting better now?
No? No sound?
Okay,
oh yeah.
no, okay, shall be the sound now.
Let's see. Maybe I still can do something. I don't think so because I have set. No, your volume is on 200% on my end.
Okay, I'm just trying to raise the volume of the microphone on my own. Just a little moment, because I just got this microphone. So.
Okay. Maybe another 2 or 3 dB will help. Yeah, I wish I could. Let's see. Maybe I can also try something. Let's see. Save changes. Testing. No, my volume is totally on max and I cannot raise it more.
Yeah, I guess that's the maximum volume that I can have.
Okay. Okay, no, that doesn't matter. So, otherwise I can try to put my volume down, then maybe it equals out.
Yeah, maybe you can try doing that.
Okay.
It might be better.
Well, my volume is a bit down, so it equals out a little bit. So, yeah, once again, thank you very much for taking your time. Yeah, first of all, let's talk about you. Who are you? Who is Daniel 7?
Okay. My name is Daniel 7, and I'm actually an electronic music producer from Italy, from Naples, actually, from province of Naples. And I've been making music since about 50 or more years, but I started doing a happy hardcore since 10 years, actually. And since I discovered doing this genre, I actually discovered it by pure chance. I was just listening to Eurodance music, and since listening to Eurodance music, I discovered the happy hardcore just by pure chance, and then I discovered many artists such as Darren Styles, Freckles and Darwin, and hardcore underground compilations. So I started to get interested in the genre. I started making some music, and I got signed my first track into Hardcore Underground Volume 5. Then my interest went to such to the J-core scene by listening to some music by Jack Zid and some artists like that, and then so through the Jack Zid music, I discovered some Japanese hardcore artists, including M Project, and then I contacted him, and then I sent him some of my first tracks I made in my first years. I made the remix of one of his tracks I guess it was called The Next Level, and then it started. Then I proposed to him to do a collaboration track um, with him, which was going on Hardcore Illusionist Volume 3. At the same time, I contacted American vocalist called Zone One West, and we made Rainbow Lights. And she's actually still playing that track on her Metrocon tracks. I'm pretty proud of that track. Then after that, we decided to make an EP, which is the Polymerization EP, which is actually a collaboration EP. We made like 5 original tracks, and we put 2 remixes on it. One by Oli P, one producer from Vietnam, a very good guy. He got one of his tracks seen on Technicol's label and GTS label 170, and the other remix was by Freckles and Darwin, which was Rainbow Lights, the first collaboration track that I did with M Project, featuring Zoma West.
Wow, that's quite a big list. But
Yes.
but at least the one thing is for sure that your link to J-Core is Jackazit.
Yes, yes. As far as I remember, it was Jackson. It was Jackson because it's through his music that I discovered that connection. So then through Jackson, I discovered many other good Japanese hardcore artists, including Shimamura and Korsuke, Ryu, and yeah.
It's funny because Jackazit is yeah, he is an artist, but like what Melon said, he unites us all. Because I don't know what it is, but wherever there's J-Core, there's Jackazit. It's like that he's almost the centerpiece of the bridge between the Western world and the Japanese world.
Yes, it's a good compilation. I guess that Josh has always liked the Japanese culture,
Mhm.
and I was really intrigued by that because it's really interesting how it does combine a lot of elements between video game music, because video game music is something that I like too, and I include that too a lot in the music I make. I was grown up with the video games, and actually the first tracks that I made back before I started doing happy hardcore was actually video game music. So
Okay,
I was
like video game music or like chiptune.
yes, yes, actually chiptune derived from video game music, so it's more or less the same.
Okay, but okay, how did you start to become a producer? What triggered the spark?
Okay, I started to become a producer. Actually, I'm not even sure if I actually started as a producer. Actually, it started back to the 2003 years, when I casually discovered a music program on one of the shareware CDs that were made in the 90s. I discovered the so-called music modules, and I discovered I become a composer of electronic music by using trackers such as Scream Tracker, Fast Tracker 2, and basically all this program, all the software that were running even on old computers. Not even I didn't even had a Pentium 4 back then. I just had a very old 487 PC
Hmm.
where I started to make music with the screen tracker. I was even using MS-DOS. I wasn't even using Windows when I started to make
Oh
music.
wow. Well,
So
I know that Trackers was one of the best programs for electronic music back then. It's and especially older computers still can play it.
yes, actually, the trackers were something played by computers like Commodore Amiga computers. Then trackers were starting to get made by PCs with MS-DOS and Windows when the Commodore was actually going into bankruptcy, and PCs was starting to get more traction. So it was like a transitory moment. Then PCs were starting to get used with tracked music, and so it started from a lot of. So yeah, actually, I started with music trackers back then, and I discovered using samples and using a lot of things.
Hmm.
Then in 2005, 2006, I started using Fruity Loops Studio,
Yeah.
and then I never I'm still using Fruity Loops Studio today.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why change if it works for you?
What?
Well, why change stuff if it works? Because I hear a lot of producers, they start out with one music program and then they hop over to Ableton, and then after they hop over to Cubase, and then they hop over to like this.
Well, I guess it's a little bit difficult to answer this question. I just think that Fruity Loops Studio gave more possibilities to manipulate the sound, because when you use trackers you can just use samples, and you don't have a lot of control like dynamics, like you can use reverb, delays, and you can even use compressors. So I guess that when I started to discover a professional audio workstation, I started getting into music production.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's the leap that I made. Sometimes I still use trackers when I want to nail some ideas, because tracking is very different than composing music using sequences such as Fruity Loops Studio.
I once tried using one of the trackers and I didn't understand anything. I started with a program called Magic Music Maker, and it was only drag and drop. And then after I did something with trackers, and I was so totally different.
Yes, because trackers use like a vertical like a vertical sequencer instead of the horizontal timelines that the regular sequences use. Basically, trackers use a lot of hexadecimal values and
Mhm.
notes on like sheets, on like spreadsheets.
Yeah, yeah, but then still it's so difficult to understand. Did you taught yourself, or somebody taught you how a tracker work?
No, actually, I learned all by myself. I wasn't taught. I was just watching some of the previously tracked tracks. I was collecting a lot of music modules, because back then trackers were generating files that were so small in size it could even fit into a floppy disk. And I was actually downloading many tracks from a website called motherkiv.com, which is still active today. And I downloaded a lot of tracks and watched how they worked, and then I tried to experiment and learn through that. I was even reading the guide files to learn some tricks. Sometimes the guidebooks, like the help the when you read a manual of a program, sometimes it's very overlooked, but you can learn many things by reading help and guides.
Oh damn. Okay. Okay. Your first release. When was it? And was it made with a tracker or with Fruity Loops? Your first original release.
Okay, my first original release as meant as a record, actually not like a file, was actually made with Free Loop Studio. Yes,
Okay.
because it was made in 2008, I guess, and it was like a track I made in another style using another name, which I don't remember right now, but yes, I only remember that it was made on Free Loop Studio.
Okay. You also remember which track it was?
Which track was okay, yes, it was like a slow style track, while one of the genres made by Gigi D'Agostino back in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a track that went into, was like a hardcore, but it was like half beat actually. So
Okay.
90 ppm, but it was still hard because that style by Gigi D'Agostino was also called as lento violento, which was made by him in the. I was basically doing that style back in the late 90s.
Okay.
But then I discovered the happy hardcore, and then I decided to try something to do something with that style. And I actually reached to get my first happy hardcore release on which was called Blessed Loneliness,
Yeah.
and it was released on Hardcore Underground Volume 5. Was a mixed compilation by it was like a mixed compilation of 4 CDs. One of them was mixed by Freckles and Darwin and Breeze, actually. And I was very proud to feature my first ever happy hardcore track on that on a CD mixed by Three Legends.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. The names that you just said, those are legends within the happy hardcore scene. Okay, but happy hardcore. How did you came across happy hardcore? Because did the happy hardcore from the Netherlands reach out to Italy?
Well, as I said in the start of the interview, I discovered happy hardcore by pure chance. I was actually browsing through a lot of Eurodance records back in the late 90s. And one of the tracks I found on one of the forums, which were talking about hands up and Eurodance music, was
Yeah.
actually having an happy hardcore remix on one of those tracks. So it was like a faster, yeah, hands up and Eurodance music. Then I discovered it was actually a genre called UK hardcore and happy hardcore. So I did some research on YouTube. On YouTube, I did some research on Google, and I found that this was actually a pretty active scene in the UK. So I went out and discovered the first web radio, which was craftyradio.com back then. I was listening to that radio, and I discovered many happy hardcore and UK hardcore artists through that web radio, including Freckles and Darwin, which was doing the hardcore underground compilations. So I bought the first hardcore underground compilation, and I fell in love with the sound at that point that I wanted to try doing something like that. Another one of the biggest inspirations I got back then was an Irish happy hardcore artist was called New Foundation, which tragically passed away in 2011.
Okay. Damn. No. Okay, but okay. There is a difference between happy hardcore and UK hardcore. For a lot of people, it's quite difficult to hear what the difference is. But as you are in both worlds, can you explain what the difference is?
Well, UK hardcore was actually a name which English people tried to call hardcore music, which was made back in the 90s and even in the 90s. Actually, is actually defining this sound is a little bit hard. Let's say that UK hardcore is more. Some people try to say that UK hardcore uses more like trancey sounds, like on Cleveland extreme hardcore sounds, but actually, but basically the difference between UK hardcore and happy hardcore is not that visible, I guess, not that hearable. For me, it's almost the same. Even if some people trying to say that happy hardcore in the was actually the music of the 90s. Actually, I just think that a happy hardcore and happy hardcore UK hardcore can be considered as the happy hardcore of the 90s, I guess. But I can't really tell the difference because some of the sounds are really close to each other. Just that UK hardcore uses new generation sounds, I guess.
Yeah, but it's really even for me sometimes difficult to tell what is what, because for me I think UK hardcore is more the more serious sounds, and the happy hardcore is the more happy vibes.
Yeah,
At least that's for me.
yes, I guess that UK hardcore in the late 90s used more like a more a trancey kind of sound, while in the 90s was more like uplifting and more like inspired by inspired by gabber of the 90s, but then it went to happier sounds. But basically, sometimes it's quite difficult to tell the difference.
Yeah, because especially with happy hardcore here in the Netherlands, our definition for happy hardcore is different than what the world says. It's because our happy hardcore, it's yeah, I would say it is music from mid 90s to end 90s. It's happy but with pretty hard kicks.
Yes, but it's possible to make happy tracks by using modern sounds. That doesn't make it UK hardcore. It's still sounding like a happy hardcore. But
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. Would you call house music and house music of the 80s different than the house music of nowadays? I don't think so.
If I must be honest to you, I wouldn't say that is a difference, because house music of the 80s is still house music. Okay, you know, there's a definition between like Detroit house, LA house, and all different kind of styles, but
Yes,
it's still house music.
Yes, and I guess that the happy hardcore is more or less the same, even if actually hardcore the hardcore music is more underground than the house music.
Yeah. Okay. Also, especially because you're also in the world, do you also encounter a lot of how you call it, the plur?
Excuse me, can you repeat the
The,
question, please?
do you encounter a lot of plur? Yeah, I call it a lot of happy
Oh,
hardcore people does that.
well, when I went to the raves in Europe, I didn't say too much Plar or like Candy Kids. Unlike when I went to Japan or in the United States, where it's pretty much more alive than in Europe. In Europe, however, there was a small amount of people that actually did candy trading and stuff like that. But I guess I found that more alive when I went to the United States in San Francisco and when I went to play in Tokyo in Japan.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Because here in the Netherlands we don't have it, because yeah, I don't know, it's not from our culture. Our culture is how you call it, this sports suits, bomber jacket, bald head.
Yes, I guess that's because the gabber scene in the Netherlands started with that kind of wear,
Yeah.
like people wearing sports Adidas and somehow I can find a similarity to that wear with the Russian hard bass sound. Actually.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. No, but like the Candy Kids. The first time that I saw something about it with Candy Kids, it was when was it? Like in 2000, 2002. I suddenly see people wearing it on parties in the, of course, in either Japan or America, and they're all having those colorful braids and stuff. And that is something that I never really know about it. But I know that you also have something to do with it, especially because you're in the happy hardcore world as well.
Hmm?
So that how is the culture over there?
Wow, where do you mean, in Italy?
No. Because I don't. I never see the Candy Kid culture here in the Netherlands because there's pretty much none.
Yes, I guess that currently with internet today, when everything can go online, actually it's pretty much easier to spread the culture of the Candy Kids all over the web. It just takes some little effort and some skills by using the social media and some skills on communication. But I guess that candy culture can be spread even in Europe and through and in the Netherlands can be a good way. Actually, with Rave Cake, with the Rave Cake brand, which is actually run by my friend Leandro, which is so from the Netherlands, and through the label and through my label, which is HPTG Music, we are trying to make this brand of Candy Kids more spread out, and we are even hosting our events called the Rave Kick events. We had our last one in Dordrecht Pops in Dordrecht, yes,
Mhm.
in Pop Centrale, which you haven't performed there. That was really good. It was the first event where I see a lot of good feedback and a lot of people having fun. We haven't had Flapjack, which is an American DJ, which is
Flapjack.
very
Holy hell, yeah.
yes. Flapjack was literally nailing that.
Okay,
He made
the,
really good.
the thing about Flapjack is I see a lot of turntablists that they can play, they can scratch. Okay, that's good. But Flapjack, I don't know. The moment that he scratches with his feet, that's
Yeah.
already the thing. Like, what are you doing? And on the other moment that he's scratching with a turntable upside down, there's like, what? Is that even possible? So yeah, he definitely did nail it. Yeah.
Yes, he did never. And what I did appreciate about the Flapjack is also his way of dressing up, because it that kind of resembles very well how Candy Kids are wearing. Actually, when you will go to the rave parties in United States, you see that a lot of Candy Kids has the same wear as Flapjack. So actually, it's pretty much fun.
Okay. Just a second. Banana, you don't know what Candy Kids are, so I am going to show you what Candy Kids are. Just give me a sec. Let's see there. Display capture on screen number 2. Okay, oh, where'd you go? Okay. First, we start with no, not this one. Here, you probably have seen these kind of pictures. Is a whole scene. It's Daniel. I don't know if you can help me out a little bit.
Okay, try to see.
Okay.
Okay,
Because
you see Candy Kids swapping bracelets. That's actually one part of the culture, which is actually which is actually about swapping the bracelets, which is actually made with a sort of of ritual, which is also called as peace, love, unity, and respect, which is actually a ritual that's made before changing before swapping the because before swapping the beads, actually the bracelets. That's part of the candy kid culture.
Holy hell, what is this? Damn! Okay, so we also have a candy warrior.
Yeah. Even if actually that's pretty much.
But damn, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. But basically, the candy kids are also all those people, especially in the first results, that are wearing that kind of wear. They are pretty colorful ones, pretty much.
No, because it's like so totally different than what we have in the Netherlands. But why is it a ritual to give each other candy bracelets?
Yes, if I remember right, it's about doing a ritual which is made using the hands of both the people, making hearts, making peace, love, this way, unity, extending the hands, and respect and holding the hands, and then people swap the bracelets. That's the ritual that's made with. That's why it's called the plur.
Okay. Yeah. I had it. I did it once at Rave Kick with Alaguan. Alaguan.
Yes,
he did one with me, and this is the first time that I actually.
By the way, his name is Eleguan.
Eleguan. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Eleguan. So yeah, it's the first time that I have done something like this, and it's kind of odd to do something like this.
Yes, the first time I did was actually in San Francisco. I made that, and the first one that I did that was with Cotton Candy Kid. She is actually a representation of how a candy kid is, and she's actually a blogger actually, and she showed me how candy kids work. It was actually a pretty great experience.
Okay. Well, let's go have a little break so we can play the next track.
Okay.
Of course, we are later going to talk about the CD, the M-Project and Daniel 7 with Polymerization. Because you probably also have a story behind this CD. At least I hope you do have a story.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next track is going to be M-Project and Daniel 7 with Sitting on Clouds.
Bass pumping, bass pumping, bass pumping,
bass is pumping.
And we're back here at J-Core Live. That was M Project and Daniel 7 with Sitting on Clouds. Well, oh, I still have the wrong screen. Yes, and of course we are still having an interview with the man, the one and only Daniel 7. So, yeah, polymerization. How does this came to be?
Polymerization. Okay. Actually, as I said in the starting of the interview, it came after a few collaboration with M Project, and actually, yes, actually it came from a few collaboration with M Project, and then we decided to start this EP, which was intended for the next Comiket event because you know what's Comiket in Japan.
Yeah, I know what Comiket is.
Yes, actually, we M Project said to me that we should be having an album for the next Comiket of that year, and we started to make a track. A lot of we started getting ideas for the album for the EP more than an album. And yes, we come first with the Sitting on Clouds, which actually was like a machina track,
Mm-hmm.
and but by using more of the sounds that I liked myself. So the breakdown was actually mostly composed by myself,
Yeah.
and we united the melodies of both the our parts,
Yeah.
with a project working on the bounce part and me working mostly on the breakdown. It came like a combination of both my own vision and his one. And then we decided to even to remix one of the tracks that M Project sent for one of the Konami games, which was called the Rock the House, which was featuring on one of the rhythm games by Konami. And then we made the other tracks. Polymerization was more like a combination of acid parts coming from freeform music,
Mm-hmm.
and we used some of the is the actually the track that gave the title of the CDs. Then but actually one of my favorite tracks of that CD was Venus Web, which is the most melodic track of the CD, and
Mhm.
I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
And yes, and then I tried to contact my two friends Oli P and Frex and Darwin to get the two remixes of the track done, and we released the EP, and it was my first ever official EP I ever released, followed 4 years later by my first The Artist album, Electronic Happy Dreamer.
Okay. But let's go over to M Project, because he is quite a difficult man to approach back then. Language barrier, that is really difficult. How did you contact him, or did he contact you, or is there a middleman in between?
Okay.
How did it start?
Okay. Actually, it started by saying to him that I liked one of the first tracks I ever heard from him was actually on Extreme Hard Compilation Volume 4, and it was called The Hard Path, or whatever is the title. I guess I will just check it out on Discogs, because I don't remember exactly the track, but it was on the same compilation of where Jacket is featured with Moving to This. So I discovered his music through that CD, and I contacted him. And back then I was just starting to do happy hardcore and UK hardcore music. So he said to me if I would have liked to remix one of his tracks, which was The Next Level, which was one of his first tracks when he made Hardcore Illusionist artist albums. And I remixed that track, and it was featured on one of the EPs that then I contacted him, and he proposed me to remix one of his tracks. Actually, M Project is pretty good at English, so language barrier wasn't really much of a problem actually. And yes, actually was pretty easy to approach.
Okay.
Even if Japanese people tend to don't know English so well, so language barrier can be pretty much of a concern. But today, I guess that this bar is becoming less likely, because I see more Japanese hardcore producers improving their English, so it's getting pretty easier to get in touch with them.
Yeah, that is. There's one thing that I do see, that when I started back in 10, 15 years ago, contacting the Japanese people were so difficult, and now they are more easily approached. But then again, maybe it's also because of auto translation.
Yes, but it's not. But auto translation can help you, but within a limit. Because if you go to talk with the Japanese people like I did, if you don't know English so well, it can become a problem. For example, when I went to play to Japan 5 years ago for the first time, if I reached to contact a lot of people if I reached to talk to a lot of Japanese people was because I had friends who could speak both the languages.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's kind of easy then, because they can help translate for you. Oh, but yeah, let's talk about the first time that you play in Japan, because I have seen some pictures, and you are already quite a legend over there.
Yes,
We called Passa di Papa.
yes, but more because I cooked spaghetti. Yes.
Okay, if there's one thing that I still remember from Daniel 7, what I ever saw on his Facebook, is that at the day of hardcore, I don't know if you brought your own pan or somebody did that, but this guy there, he brought his own spaghetti from Italy, as good quality ones, and he just cooked spaghetti outside.
Wait a moment. That was in 2016. The 2015, actually, the club had a kitchen.
Oh, okay. Then
So I actually put spaghetti inside the kitchen, the club's kitchen. So it's different.
wait, let's see. Is it still on Facebook? Because I do want to see it. I think a lot of people want to see it as well.
Yeah, I guess that you made quite a good point. I should be putting this picture on my Facebook because it's quite funny. You can find them mostly on Twitter, to be honest, because a lot of Japanese people don't use Facebook, but back then uses more Twitter. So it's more likely that you find them on Twitter than on Facebook. But at some point, I will re-upload them on my Facebook because it's funny.
Okay, because I do remember that I have seen it on Facebook, because I don't use Twitter, at least not until a few months ago.
Yes, I guess that I reposted a few pictures of myself cooking spaghetti outside the club with a outside pan pot, even in a parking lot. But that was in 2006, which was the day of hardcore 2016. But the first event I ever played in Japan was the Extreme Hard event at 2015, which I was the special guest back then, and I played my own. It was pretty funny. I played in Yokohama Bayside actually, which had a kitchen. And that was pretty fun, and that was pretty special to me because I remember I was pretty nervous that day because I never played as Daniel 7 before. I was worried I would be messing up with my set, but instead I saw people that were even singing aloud my tunes, even waving their hands to the left and the right, when I was playing Lunar Lullaby, which was one of the tracks I made for another Japanese hardcore compilation by Hyuji, Speedstar Volume 2, I guess, if I remember right. And for me, that was so special because I was saying people was actually appreciating my music in a way I never saw before. So it was pretty life-changing, to be honest. Really special that the day after I felt a little bit sad. I felt a little bit depressed and sad that was all over. But for me, that was a really life-changing experience.
Okay,
and I'd be playing it there again after 3 or 4 years I've been missing there. But yeah.
Okay, but if I hear it correctly, so 2015 is the first time that you play as Daniel 7.
Yes, the first time I played as Daniel 7 was actually at Yokohama. Yes,
Yeah. Okay, but what was your name before then? You had another name?
well, I didn't. I had a name. I guess it was called Daniel Somma, which was my real name, but but I didn't made any gigs, any important gigs with that name, to be honest. So actually, I can say that the first set I played as Daniel 7 back in 2015 was actually my pretty much my official set I ever played.
Oh, that is kind of
I
cool.
mean, I played for small birthday parties, but back then I didn't play hardcore. I played just house music.
Okay. Okay, but Daniel 7, does it have a meaning to it? Or it just sounds really cool?
Okay, I just wanted to call my music project Daniel 7 because Daniel was actually my real name and 7 was my lucky number. I could have used Daniel Somma, but I prefer to not use Daniel Somma as because I just think that 7 sounds cool, sounds better to a project like that.
Yeah,
So
it's a
actually,
good stage name.
yes. So actually, I prefer to call myself Daniel 7 because 7 represents even my lucky number. Actually,
Yeah, lucky number 7
yes.
also. So yeah, also that's great. Okay, but what is the story about the cooking? Because what happened?
Well, actually, it was born as a kind of a joke with M Project and myself when I was talking about I said that when I want to that when I will be going to Japan, I wanted to show the Japanese people how Italians behave and how Italians live. And I said they live by cooking spaghetti. So I said you could be trying to bring some spaghetti and cooking here. I said why not? I can give it a try. So what I did was I brought some garofalo pasta with me. I brought like 2 or 3 kilograms from Italy, and I brought with me all the ingredients from Italy, like the garlic, like the peppers, and then I bought the salt in Japan because, and then I tried to, and then I went to, and then that's how it was born, and it it was pretty much surprising how Japanese people appreciated how did I cook spaghetti, even if back then I guess that I put too much pepper on that pasta, but Japanese people did appreciate that anyway. I guess
Wow.
that Japanese people try like to eat spicy. Actually.
Wow, that is, I wouldn't think about going out over to the other country and just cook at the party. That is really kind of genius. But
Yes, actually, it happened just after I made my digit set. I remember Evan giving the spaghetti to Shimamura that back then was Evan playing.
so okay, so the spaghetti what you made, you gave it to the artist or for everybody that was there nearby?
I wish I could give that to everyone, but it was 2 kilograms. I could even eat spaghetti myself, so actually you can understand why I could give it that to everyone. So mostly, so I gave that to the artist most of the times. I even remember I gave that to the artist and most of the people that could access the backstage back then.
Hmm?
And yes, they all appreciated that spaghetti. Even Midi, and even Mighty, the speedcore guy, really loved that. And I remember even, yes,
Wow. Okay, and then it's 2006, part 2. So part 2 is again cooking. This time a little bit less, I think. Because you only had an outdoor kitchen.
yes, that time when I was going to play at the Circus Tokyo, sadly the club didn't have a kitchen, so I wanted to bring the tradition of myself cooking for Japanese people. But this time we decided to do that outdoors because there wasn't a kitchen inside the club. So we brought the instruments to be like portable kitchens
Hmm.
that we bought the day before playing at Circus Tokyo at the day or at the day of hardcore. And there was it that was so funny. There was even Alex Prospect playing there, so that was even funnier.
Wow. Okay, so you only played twice in Japan or multiple times?
Excuse me, I can't hear your voice.
Oh, can you hear me now? Hello?
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 Yes.
You can hear
Yes,
me?
your voice was, yes, I can hear you. Your voice was stuttering.
Oh, sorry. Okay, how many times did you play in Japan? Is only those 2 times or multiple times?
As far as I remember, I played in Japan like 3 times.
No, 3 times.
All, yes, 3 times. One, I played at Yokohama Bayside in 2015.
Hmm?
Then I played at the Circus Tokyo in Shibuya in 2016. And then I played at the Tokyo Hard Groove sessions back to back with M Project in 2017 at the Womb nightclub in Shibuya as well.
Oh, wow. Boom, that is quite a big name.
Yes, Womb. Yes, Womb is quite a big name. I remember that actually that was the set. I was pretty nervous because I was actually playing just after Course K. Course K is a legend of J-Core actually,
Mm-hmm.
and but he said that after I played my set back to back with M Project, he said that he liked it so much in my set, especially my remix of UC Future Candy, because was pretty going well with the Japanese dance floor.
Okay.
Really felt so proud of Korsuke pressing my work. I even made a picture with him wearing sunglasses and even doing the hand gesture like this.
I remember that picture.
That picture is still present on my Facebook.
Wow. Yeah, it's always great to hear these kind of stories because, yeah, if you reflect back to on that moment, that is one of the moments that you can say is really proud to be praised like this.
Hmm.
Because I said it last week as well. I had those moments with Akira Death, and yeah, I know how the feeling is because if you're a fan of somebody and somebody praises your work, that's always so. Oh damn! Yeah, you feel like a schoolgirl.
Yes, I miss so much playing in Japan. I hope that the next year, when the pandemic will be over, I will be having another chance to play there. Actually, I was even starting to do some Japanese hardcore influenced music back today. Sometimes I still get asked to do music. The last track I made is actually a track that featured on Nora Chuer new label Next Reflection. It's called the Urban Light Hard Sound, which is like a combination between city pop, synthwave, and UK hardcore,
Oh.
FP hardcore. And I actually made a track for that CD, and it's actually bringing me back some of the memories when I used to make hardcore music that sounded a little bit more like J-Core. And it sounded a little bit like my artist album, Electronic Happy Dreamer. So I guess that for the next year I will be doing some music like that back again, because that's when I felt like creating with my music.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, like your music. When 2015 was the first year that you released at the Japanese label, then or not? Your music, or was it earlier?
No, actually, the first time I released it on a Japanese label was the Terraform label, which is the M Project One,
Mm-hmm.
which was where I released my first collaborations. Then I went to various Japanese labels. I remember a few such as RTTF Records by Hyuji. Then I remember I was even signed to Yuki Yanagi label. Then I remember I was even signed to, actually on Discogs there's a few full list of all the labels I featured my tracks on. I should have read, but yes, I've released my music on different Japanese J-core Doujin labels.
Wow, that's a huge feat. Damn. Um. Yeah. Okay, but which track are you the most proud of?
Mm, I guess the proudest track I I guess that the track I'm most proud of is actually Valley. I released that track on Hardcore Underground Volume 6. It was released on the CD, and then it was released on a Hardcore Underground Presents DJ Tools Volume 1. And that's the track that I released in 2013. And I guess that's the track I'm the most proud of because it features like level of euphoria of that track that I don't think I can ever replicate on other tracks as much as I try. So I guess that that's the most proudest track I ever made.
And of course, you're now still busy with making music. Do you have any other plans for in the future to like release on Japanese labels, or are you now mainly focused on more worldwide labels?
Well, currently I'm more focused on making music on both my own label, but I even have some plans with the hardcore underground. Maybe I should be mentioned that I recently made a mix on one of the hardcore underground albums. It's called the Hardcore Underground Volume 8 and is still available for sale on the Hardcore Underground store, which I mixed like 20 tracks featuring a lot of artists that I appreciated a lot when I was younger, such as Jack Z and a lot of artists that are part of my HPTG collective, such as Eleguan, Treposar, and even Vowboy Pablo here. And yes, actually, I'm so proud of the CD I mixed because it featured all the music I would like to make to ever listen to myself, and even the music that inspires me mostly. So I'm really proud of this product I made. So actually, yes, there would be more plans going on with both my own label, HPDG Music, and as well as Hardcore Underground. But I'm even considering to sign my music eventually on more J-core labels as because I still feel attached to J-core somehow.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's a good thought because yeah, like with me, even though I grew up with J core, I never left it. I always have a link with it somewhere, so I always, yeah, always have a little piece of my heart in there.
Yes, and still some days, sometimes I still listen to some Japanese hardcore artists. Some of the ones I really like are the is someone called the Yon, which is written for and star, which in Japanese means Yon. Then there's another one. Another ones I like is Seventh Run. Then I like Relect, Noratuar, and yes, the Blackie, and then there's Yuki Yanagi. There's a lot of Japanese hardcore artists that are still nailing it, and pretty much talented people. You should be checking that out. Don't forget also on DJ Noriken and Shimamura that are still doing some great, quite great stuff. Evan Sraver,
Yeah, but they are still the kings, so.
Evans Raver, and of course, don't forget about Rock Sketch. which is also doing a happy hardcore as Yosis and DJ Log.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. No, but your label. Let's talk a bit about your label. How did it start? It.
Well, actually, it started when I wanted to have like a little bit more control of my music. So I did. So at first it started like a label where I just wanted to release my music on. Then I was actually talking about doing a collective of artists that are were like-minded like me. So the first artists that are still part of the collective are Legwen, Triple Sor, Bowboy, Ransor, and A Beautiful Day, which are the six artists that are actually part of the main collective and the main lineup of the HPTG collective. So we actually started to do some projects, and then I started to release the first Rave Kick albums. The first volume was actually more like an EP having 8 tracks. Then we released other 2 volumes of that, the Rave Kick Volume 2 and Volume 3, which at every one of them we made an event, which 2 of them were in Pop Central and in Dordrecht, and another one was at the Joyce Club in Hamburg. We haven't wanted to do the fourth event following the launch of the Rave Kick 4 Overglow, which is the most successful album we ever made. And but actually, it was stopped. We could make the event because of the COVID 19 pandemic.
Hmm?
But I guess that when we will making the new event, we will be actually doing that live, and hopefully when the pandemic will be over, we will be hosting a new event for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really
So,
excited to hear something about that one.
so yes, actually, to say it short, the label started as my own project first to release my own music. Then it started to have more. Then it started to have my own collective, starting to release music, and then we released the music as a proper label. And now the label is open to submissions, which are mostly we will be mostly releasing the next year,
Hmm?
and we are still accepting demos. We are remaking the website of the label, and it will we will be more active in the radar, and we will be more visible in the radar in the next year.
Because I am looking now at the Discogs, and it looks like that you have like almost 40 releases.
Um,
Can I be correct?
Yes, actually, we have like 24 single releases,
Yeah.
6 EPs, actually, and we haven't released 4 compilation albums, as far as I remember.
Okay.
And but actually, we will be planning to release more music next year. Hopefully, we will be making even some some EPs, and I would be actually considering even doing a vinyl release someday, but it will be depending on how much customers we will be getting, because pressing a vinyl is something I would like to do, but the cost of pressing music on vinyl is pretty much high, to be honest.
Yeah, I know that. So okay, okay, we talked about your bookings in Japan, but you probably also have bookings on other places. Where have you played so far?
Okay, I played most of the times into the UK. One time I haven't played as you know, I haven't played in Germany and in the Netherlands, and then I played them in Finland at Helsinki. Then I played even in San Francisco at the HTID USA official pre-party. It was a pretty good party here. I played back to back with Me Tomorrow and having Lindsay Mary having singing on vocals live, and then of course I played in Japan.
Yeah. So there's no stopping you.
Yes, I hope that if the next year the pandemic will stop, I will be playing again for sure.
Okay, but next to hardcore, you also have a love for other kind of music. Am I correct?
Um, mm, yes, actually made. I'm actually making some other music outside of Happy Hardcore these days. It's just that right now I'm just trying to say what I really like to do. It's a little bit difficult to me because I'm really open-minded with music. So having one single direction is not an option to me. So I have to really consider what I would like to do.
What do you want to do? Okay, let's say in your mind and in the right setting, what is the kind of music that you really like to make?
Well, actually, the music I really like to make in my mind is basically just music that makes you that's like I don't know how to explain that exactly, but I would like to consider music exactly like a piece of art when you go to a museum or um you know where you know do you like art actually you go to Van Gogh to do you appreciate for example the Van Gogh picture paintings like so,
I wouldn't say that I I ever have been there because I'm not really an arts person, but I do understand the form of artwork because I see music as a form of art as well.
yes, actually what I would like to do with my music is to make music that actually um, says something to people like say something has a meaning to people, not just music. Music I don't think is just a matter of doing beats and making records just for the sake of making that. I guess that for me music has to mean something, and that's what I want to do with that's what I want to live when I make music. When I make music, like any piece of like I would like to consider that like a piece of art, like it's a painting. So for me, it's more like a personal expression of myself when I
Okay.
make some kind of art. And in the next year, I will be doing music more thinking about that. And yes, actually, that's a little bit difficult because a little bit difficult to me to say to predict what I will be doing because I have, as I said before, I have multiple sources of inspiration with the music. For
Yeah.
example, one day I can listen to classical music, another day I can listen to hip hop, another day even I can listen to heavy metal. Like I don't have just one source of music.
Okay.
Like
And the other day you listen to Italo disco.
yes, of course, I like to listen to Italo disco because I'm Italian, and I like even Neapolitan music, classic Neapolitan music, like some of the anthems or that are known as O Sole Mio are pretty much international known.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the even a
Okay. Should we go over to the next track because we still have 4 tracks to go, and 1 more hour left of the show. So the next track you have a story about it. You said something about Venus Wave before. Hello.
yeah
No.
yes
You said something about Venus Wave before. Because there was a story behind it.
yes actually with the Venus Wave I just wanted to make a track inspired by a little bit by actually Venus is like the god that is like the goddess of love.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted to make a track that's quite inspired by what love means. So actually wanted to make it kinda cute and lovely. So that's why it come here.
Okay, so here is M Project and Daniel 7 with Venus Wave. And we're back here at J Core Live. Oh, that's the wrong one. So yeah, we're still here live with Mr. Daniel 7, aka D7. We are also doing a Q&A session. So if you have any questions by hand, you want to ask him, please say it in the chat what you want to ask him, and yeah, and he'll be here for a bit over. Or sorry, he's here still for about 30 minutes. So come on with your questions. So Daniel 7. Wow. So sorry. Now I have my own block. Ah, damn. Yeah. I did want to ask you a question, but I forgot what I wanted to say. This is so amateuristic. No, sorry. You know, it's funny because we just mentioned about some blockings, and sometimes you don't know what to answer, and now I am here in a situation that I do want to ask you something, but I forgot what I want to ask, and I try keep reminding myself what is the question again, and the more I think of it, the further away he slips away.
Yeah, sometimes happens to me too.
So, but yeah, like I said to everybody here at J Core Live, if you have questions for Daniel 7, please state them now, because he'll be off in 30 minutes. So
Okay.
let's start with Orin. What's your secret to a good-looking beard?
Well, a secret about looking beard. Well, actually, is more like making it grow at the first place, like growing that very without cutting that for like 1 month or two, and then you go to the barber shop and you get it trimmed as you want.
So, okay, so you let a barbershop do it.
Yes, I would let a barber shop do it, but the first thing to do is to make it grow without touching it.
Oh, without touching it. Okay, so okay. Now I cannot grow a beard that good as you, so I have no idea how that works.
Yes, yes. It is not like everyone can grow a beard, so that depends of the person. Some people can grow a beard, some not. Just happens.
Okay, next one is from Melonpon. Are you planning on going in the same music direction in the next 5 to 10 years? Or are you experimenting with anything new lately?
Well, actually, I'm always experimenting myself. So basically, the music direction I'm taking now is basically my own growing path. So I can't say I will be doing. I can't actually say I will be doing exactly the same music, keeping the same formulas. I will be actually keeping the music real to myself, but I will be going to evolve. So actually, yes, I'm experimenting with new music. I'm even making a project that's not hardcore. So I will be actually having more chances to experiment with my music, which I will be actually even putting back in hardcore. But the one thing I want to say is that I would be never doing something that I don't like doing myself. At least I made that mistake about some years ago, but now I won't repeat that mistake myself, because people will notice when you make something that's not really by yourself, and so the quality of your music doesn't really show up.
Yeah, yeah, that is one thing is for true. If you force to make music that you don't like, then the track will never be as good as a music that you really stand behind.
Yes, also because it's useless to just replicate someone that makes music, because If you, for example, you want to make the same music that, let's say, an artist like Jackets does, is not really what people want, because people don't want to hear another Jacket. They want to hear you, and that's why I it's okay to be inspired by people like Jack Z, or like M Project, or or like Darren Size, or Gamer, or any artist that you think about. But you bet you have to keep it real for yourself.
Really good answer. Next question from Melonpon. How many CDs do you own? He sees some CDs in the background.
Ah, that's not even a part of the CDs I have. I got more out there actually. But yes, actually, have got like 2,003, no, 200 and more CDs without even counting the vinyls I got.
Wow. Yeah. So you have 200 to 2,000 CDs.
Sorry, I said 2,000. Actually, it's more like actually my Discogs collection shows like I got 1,000 of CDs. So I guess that's gets pretty much close to 1,000. Yeah.
And it is not even your vinyl counted.
Yeah. Yes, I guess that vinyls make it to 1,500, I guess.
Okay, and other question: the CDs, what you own, and the vinyls, what you have. Are there certain music styles, or are there all different kinds of music?
They're all different kind of music. I don't have. I actually sorted them out as different sides. For example, on the back shelf, I have the Bonkers collection. I got all the Bonkers CDs.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, I have J-pop CDs, and on the other side, I have even some J-core CDs as well. And then on the other side, I have also music by rock pop albums like Casabian, Old City, Michael Jackson, um, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I have a really varied collection. I would be taking a long day to describe all the CDs I have. It's like I don't like just J-core and happy hardcore. I just like everything.
Yeah, just keep the spice alive.
Yeah.
Next question is from Orin. What are some influential music that is non-EDM related or non-hardcore related?
For example, for me, is Jean-Michel Jarre. Like his Oxygen album is very much inspiring to me, and it shows me exactly what I want to do with my music. I want to create like landscapes of when I make my music. I would like sometimes when I make a happy hardcore, I like to bring some of the synth lines of on the music. I would like to keep it melodic, so it creates some kind of landscapes. Of course, happy hardcore has to be hard, but I try to keep a midline between what I like to listen, between what I like to dance to. So I have to find a balance between this and that. Don't forget that I also listen to Italo disco and Italo dance music, so that's also a good way to explain what I mean.
Oh, Orin is Oxygen. It's called Oxygen, right?
Yes, Oxygen, but I have even the other vinyls by Jean-Michel Jarre, including his last album, which was called Equinox Infinity. I
Okay.
have it on vinyl.
Okay, just for my knowledge, what kind of music is that? Because I never heard of
That's
it.
Yes, that's actually, how can I explain it? I guess that's the best term to call it is electronica. It's more like a new age music, like Vangelis, or yes, Vangelis.
Okay. Discogs. Okay, I am going to listen this later. So,
Yes,
sorry, is Oxygen or
Oxygen. Yes, with the E at the ending,
Oxygen?
because it's
So not
French.
oxygen. Okay. Next question. Let's see. Where are we? Oh yeah. what are the most rare CDs or vinyls that you have? Or do you have any rare Japanese ones?
I noticed that some of the collection of Japanese CDs I got are pretty much rare to find these days. But yes, I have some of some rare CDs, including even some J-pop albums that I actually found on when I was in Japan and I shopped around the CDs. I found that one of the CDs was sold for like 250 yens, which was like 2 or 3 euros. Then I found on Discord GS, that they were worth more than 50 euros. So actually, some of the rarest vinyls, some of the rarest CDs, I found that easily in Japan for like less than $5.
Yeah.
So actually, the rarest CDs I got right now, I guess I can't think about one right now to be honest. But yes, I have some rare CDs actually.
Oh, wait, just a second. Oh, wait. There is apparently a kitty in the box.
What?
There's a kitty in the box here. You can see the camera here on top. Is this your clothing box or is it my clothing box? Oh, it's her clothing box. It's a Schrödinger cat. Okay, so the next question is from Spuugvuur. Oh wait, let's see where it was. Do you have any albums that you are searching for, like the holy grail of your collection?
Of course, I actually have a few ones that I would like to collect. I actually have all the albums by the J-core artists I appreciate, which is called the Ryutaro Nakahara. But the missing album I missed is his first artist album, which is Starmine. I can't find that anywhere. That would be completing my collection of Ryu albums. Actually.
Oh, and if you can find it, it's probably expensive one.
Yes, actually, on Discogs is very expensive and it's not even new.
Damn. Yeah, that's a problem with CDs or vinyl that is limited pressed, and yeah, it's really difficult to get them.
Yes, actually, that one was pressed by Konami. When the next ones were pressed by Exitunes, which was more controlled by even by Ryu actually, because actually Ryu is the executive director or something of Exitunes currently.
Yeah, cool. No more questions for Daniel 7?
Yeah.
Because I think everybody was distracted by the cat.
Actually, you can see the questions as well here.
Oh, sorry?
I can see the questions because I have I have them on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. The thing is because not everybody is watching the stream because they're probably gaming and they're having this as a background. And so they cannot read it. Hey, where's the music? Is there still music? Yeah, there's still music. Okay, I'm going to play the next track. So if you guys still have questions, please... yeah, please name them. Oh, one more before we go to the next track. Do you have any J-core vinyls or just other genres?
That's a question?
That's a question. Yeah, sorry. That is a question.
Okay, can you repeat please? Because
do you have any J-core vinyls or just only other genres?
Well, I have. Well, I don't have. I guess that he asked me if I just have only J-core albums in my collection.
No. Do you have any J-core vinyl?
Ah, yes. Actually, I actually said before. I finished hardcore track for a Japanese hardcore album, which will be released on October 25.
Mhm.
So actually, yes, I have one track forthcoming on J Core album.
Okay, but is it a vinyl?
Yes, that's a new track actually. Yes,
Oh, damn. That's cool.
unreleased before.
That's cool. Okay, next track is gonna be M Project and Daniel 7 with People Party Bounce. Oh, no, Party People Bounce, sorry.
We guaranteed to make the party people bounce. We guaranteed to make the party people bounce. We guaranteed to make the party people bounce. We guaranteed to make the people bounce. We guaranteed to make the party people bounce. We guaranteed to make the party people bounce. We guaranteed to make the party people bounce. We guaranteed to make the people bounce.
There you go again. I was muted. So yeah, once again, we're back here at Jericho Live, and we just listened to M Project and Daniel 7 with Party People Bounce. So yeah, like I said before, this track was really bouncing, and yeah, I see myself using this track. So far, from the 5 tracks, it's all really good tracks, and I never heard it. This is the first time that I hear it.
How was it like? Did you enjoy that?
Oh, I definitely enjoyed this, especially this Party People Bounce. I never realized that I never used this track, and this is a track that I would have put in my playlist.
Thank you.
Now, but also with Rock the House, that is a track that what I would also put in my playlist.
Yeah.
So this is the great thing about this show is also especially with an interview with you. We have an interview with you, so we can get to learn about you and talk about you. But this is also for me and for some viewers. We never heard this CD, so if we hear the CD, it has a wow factor, and this track, the Party People Bounce, damn. I think so far this is my favorite one on the CD.
Yeah, I guess yes. I guess that you will be liking even the other 2 tracks of the CD, which actually are the 6th one is the UK hardcore remix of "City in the Clouds" by Oli P, and the remix of "Rainbow Lights" by Freckles and Darwin. Actually, one of my favorite tracks as well.
Okay. Hey, but by the way, you did have. Or you do have a rare vinyl.
Yes, actually, I misread the question that Melanporn asked me. Actually, he asked me if I had vinyls of Jacob, but actually, he asked me if I got some rare vinyls. I got one rare vinyl release, which actually is a vinyl by the Winstons, which is called the Amen Brother, which is actually containing one of the most known samples, which is the Amen break. I can show that one. This one actually. Can you see that?
No, just wait. Yes, I'm gonna blow you up a little bit. Oh. Okay,
yes.
Show it again one more time.
This one. Can you see that?
Okay, for the people that doesn't know it, this is what he have in his hands. For all dance music styles, this is the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
This is the Holy Grail. Amen.
Yes, I'm so proud of having that one in pretty good conditions. It's not having any scratch at all. It's pretty rare to have one of these ones in pretty good shape, to be honest. Pretty great. And I guess these ones are pretty expensive to have these days.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, for the people that doesn't know what the Amen break is, can you explain what the Amen break is? Or at least what is the Amen?
Yeah. Then Then I wanted to show this is not that rare, but actually this is the vinyl I talked about, which is the Jean-Michel Jarre Oxygen album. This one, even in pretty good condition, I could say.
Mm-hmm.
This one. I love this album so much. It's one I sometimes when I listen to that back, I get instant inspiration, and I would like to do some music that actually has some sense of what I like to do. Because before doing a happy hardcore, I was listening to through a lot of Eurodance music that back then was inspired by this kind of music as well. So it kind of brings me back that poncho that's part of my music as well.
Yeah. Hey, but by the way, you know what an Amen break is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain what an Amen break is? Because for people that doesn't know it.
Okay. The Amen break is a section of the song Amen Brother by the Winstons, which actually the story of the album was a single release by the Winstons, which was called "Color Him Father," which was a soul track. and released in the 1969. But the most interesting part is the B side of the vinyl, which was like an instrumental soul, a funky track, which contained the most sampled part, which was a break, and was the most sampled sample that was used in hip hop and in many hip hop music. Then was used in drum and bass as well.
Yeah, and jungle.
And yes, first jungle, then drum and bass. Yes.
Okay, for we're gonna play the 2 minutes. Let's see. Display capture. Because yeah, this is also part of history.
Yeah.
Let's see, somewhere here.
Yes, it's at 1 minute and 30 seconds. There. I guess you can't have a copyright strike on this one because it was sampled everywhere.
Yep, pretty much. No, but only this little part here. This is part of EDM history.
Yes, basically it made generations of dance music, especially on jungle.
Yeah, no, but it's not only jungle, but also with hardcore. It started
Yes, and
here.
yes, even hip hop actually in the 80s.
So yeah,
I-
but yeah, it's so awesome that you have a copy of this vinyl.
Yes, actually, I was pretty lucky to find that one. And back then, I didn't even pay too much for that. And I'm so proud that I have a copy that's even so clean. Really proud of that. I wouldn't be never selling this one.
No, you shouldn't. You,
And it's even on the original sleeve as well.
oh, it's original. Yeah.
Yes, original sleeve. It's a record by Metro Media Records, which was an American label back then.
Okay. Oh, by the way, there's another question for you. For the polymerization, is there also a digital version?
No, there's not a digital release of the song because mostly because one of the tracks was licensed only for the physical release, so it can't be released on digital.
Oh, that's a pity.
Yes, that's pity. I know that a lot of people wanted to have this, but I guess that it's still possible to eventually find this vinyl if you go to several JCore shops, such as I don't know if JCore dot if J minus core dot base is still active,
No,
but
it's already gone.
It's gone. Ah, okay.
And Groovy is gone as well.
Yes, I remember. Yes, actually, I went to Groovy every time I went to Japan. It was a small but pretty good shop.
Yeah, I really miss it already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
I've- yeah, sorry.
I was saying maybe it's possible to find this disc on Discord GS, but I don't know how expensive it gets because when vinyls when CDs gets rare to find, they tend to be expensive as well on source like ever on Discord GS.
Yeah, that's usually like that. Okay, but yeah, as there are no questions anymore, I think we're gonna call it a night for this session.
Yes.
So yeah, Daniel Seven, thank you very much for taking your time and and talk about the whole your whole situation, your yeah, everything. It's a real honor to have you here, and yeah, it's great to know more about you than before.
Thank you, Mia, for having me. Actually, I'm not really used to do interviews, but I hope I went pretty well because I never did the spontaneous ones. Actually, one of the first ones I did was actually kinda pretty much planned, but this one is more spontaneous. So forgive me if I did some mistakes in explaining stuff.
Oh, but this is what I also try to say. The spontaneous ones are the most fun because a planned version is mostly scripted, and you can answer whatever, but you can never direct. But with a spontaneous one, that suddenly a question pop up, another question pop up, another question pop up, and so we can
Yeah.
know more.
Yes,
So,
I remember that when I did some interviews, including the one I did for some radio stations. Actually, they were kind of scripted, but this one was more spontaneous. Sometimes I felt like I don't know what to answer.
no, but it's fine. But it's yeah, it's great interview. I'm definitely gonna invite you for another session again, and maybe next time we can also include Triple Star. Yeah, together in the show.
Yes, actually, I miss that guy so much. I guess that someday we will be having the next time I will be having an interview. I will be actually doing that live in your studio or at Hardcore Radio in Rotterdam. Actually, I would be enjoying doing that. Maybe we'll be making even a Rave Cake special.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's talk about in private for that, because maybe one day we can plan as a rave cake special. That's a good idea.
Yes. Actually, I just wanted to throw that, but yes, I would be liking to do something like that. But
We can, because I'm in charge of of the Thursday show, so we can do that. Okay, but for now, Daniel7, once again, thank you very much for taking your time. It's a real honor to have you here. Thank you for all the questions, and thank you, thank you for all the answers and all your stories. And
welcome.
of course, I hope to see you next time again, and I'm definitely gonna invite you for another show.
Yes, of course.
So as for now, we are gonna play the next track, and it's gonna be Sitting on Clouds, the Oli P remix.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Oh,
thank you for listening to me, and I hope you have a good evening.
Okay. That is one part that I forgot to say, and that is Daniel7. Do you have some last words to say? But you just said it, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, everybody, say bye to Daniel7. And then we are going to play the next track. And like I said, Sitting on Clouds.
Take care, everyone.
The Oli P remix. here at J-Core Live with M Project and Daniel7 with Sitting on Clouds. Oh, as you already might notice, I'm talking a little bit quieter because my wife is already gone to bed. So yeah, it's gonna be a short day today, luckily, because upcoming Saturday I have an online event called Paradise Online, where I am extending my DJversary 15 years with a Eurobeat and a hyper techno set, and for that one I am not only DJing but I'm also VJing for my both sets, and I am editing a lot of videos. I think I started editing since last week somewhere, because I seriously didn't have the time, and I have pretty much been non-stop editing those stuff next to my work and cooking and whatever, and in total I need to edit 60 videos and sort them correctly. Not sort them correctly, but replace the music file with another music file, a better quality. At Tom CXR 60 indeed. Oh, Daniel7, have a good night, and once again thank you very much for joining in the show. So yeah, Orin, sorry, I am keeping saying it indeed, because I have too much projects going on and it's pretty much my flaw. Oh yeah, last week I did say something about that the end of October I'm starting a new project, but luckily from the other party they also said that next month would be better for them, so I have a month extension, so that's sugoi. Because if I have J-Core Live, then I'd like Paradise Online that came after, and then the next project will be after that, so it's seriously way too much. Oh, another good thing is luckily I can work from home now 2 or 3 days in a week. So today I did work a little bit, but I also managed to edit more videos. But yeah, it's way too much, man. How many videos have I edited so far? And yeah, I am not exaggerating. I need around 60 videos for it. Let's see. And so far I've edited 38 hyper techno tracks and 24 Eurobeats. So I still need a few more. Yeah, speak for you, I do need some sleep. That's definitely for sure, but I cannot sleep now because I need to after the show I need to edit again. Yeah, it's my DJversary and I want to make a good show out of it. And I still need to record the mix. Tomorrow is the last day that I can edit stuff, and on Wednesday I need to record. But Thursday I don't have time, and Friday is maybe for last minute adjustments. So I really need to go edit. So I am closing off the stream in a few minutes. Yeah, because I really need to work again. So let's see. Can we rate somebody at Twitch or not? Let's see. Oh, I only have one friend that we can rate. It's the deaf friend of mine again. So, yeah, I am really tired. I am fucking tired. But starting from next week, I am keeping a 1 week vacation for myself. So I'm not gonna do anything with editing and go to sleep time. Oh, thanks for the sip. This last 2 weeks is pretty stressed out because when was it? Starting from somewhere last week until now, I have like a pressure on my chest. So then I know that that is definitely not going on the right way. But I really need to do this. Yeah. So yeah, I am putting my health on the line. So, and I do know that. So that's why I say this is the after this I am taking a week off. Of course, I'll be doing a Jaco live, so that's not an issue. Don't die. I prefer not to, because I still have Jaco live full throttle that we need to to do again. Okay, for next week we are doing a show. Let's see, from which label is this? Yeah, it's from the Mob Squad Tokyo Black Label. It's not called J-Core Death, J-Core Afterlife. No, speak for you, it's not possible because tomorrow I need to be at work at 8. So, and if I'm at work I cannot edit. So I really don't have any I know, guys, I'm really sorry, but this is I swear to you guys, this is the last time, and after this I am slowing down a little bit because the next project is due to November, but we have time for that. But anyhow, for next week we are doing a CD release from the Mob Squad Tokyo Black Label Anna with Chemical Mess. I have no idea what kind of music this is. It is open, so I opened it once. So I have no idea what kind of music this is. So yeah, I took up a random CD and I opened it. Yeah, I opened it once because it's not sealed. So yeah, I really have no idea what kind of music this is. Anna. I don't even remember the name Anna. But it's a good looking CD though. So yeah, we see it. Nah. Yeah, sorry guys, I opened this like, I don't know, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But the reason that I opened those CDs is because I couldn't find them digitally. And that's the reason why I opened it. I noticed there was no OB. I can't believe you lost it after you opened it. Okay, but there is no OB. Because this is like a slim case, so in the slim case there's never OB. You know what is a joke? That I'm alive. Holy hell. How am I even alive after these few months? Holy hell. I'm working myself to death now. Oh, that's the Japanese has a word for it. I don't know what the word it was, but they have a word that is death by work. Oh, there are actually slim cases with OBs? Never seen them. Oh wait, but you are the rare collector. Wait, I really need to find that word. What Japanese word for death by? Let's see. Japanese word death by. Oh, karoshi. Yeah, karoshi, which can be translated literally as overworked death, is a Japanese term relating to occupational suddenly mortality. The most common medical causes of karoshi deaths are heart attacks or strokes due to stress and starvation diet. Oh, starvation. Let's drink first. And I already had pea soup before. Pea soup as erwtensoep is a Dutch cuisine. I made it myself and I ate quite a lot. So I am not dying by starvation. Harley putting all aspects of Japan into the stream, including the work culture. From Japanese speak or to just Japanese speed. Oh shit. No, okay. Okay. We still have one more track to go, and then after the track, I am stopping the stream and gonna continue editing stuff again. I still need to edit 20 videos just in case, and hopefully I can be done by tomorrow. So I am planning to go to sleep at 3 hours, I think. And in 3 hours I hopefully can edit 5 or 6 more videos. Yeah, I am working myself to death now. So that's why I said I'm really happy that my next project it's postponed to November. And I'll take a sip. Oh. Okay. No, then okay, you know, it's as good as certain already. Do you want to know what the secret project is that I am starting not on the end of the month but the end of next month? Is anybody up for it, or you still want to keep it as a secret? Because I am dying to tell, but I don't know if you guys are... You want to hear the secret, or you want to wait until the official release? Literally dying to tell. Oh, so that is such a bad pun. Okay, should I announce it here as a secret stream, or should I wait until the official announcement? I'm giving you guys a choice, because I'm letting you all into my life. What you should do is get some sleep. Yeah, I will get some sleep starting from Sunday. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna announce it here anyway. At least I am going to announce it. Oh, don't spoil the secret yet. Okay. Keep it secret. You know, I can reject. I can reject those points. I really wanted to tell it, but if you guys were still want to keep it secret, then I keep it secret for one more month. 50k to refuse secret. I think that the most people that reach the 50k, then is the secret not needed anymore. If you keep it secret, we can hold you to a standard, since we don't know what you're going to reveal yet. Well, I already said it's going to be a show just like Jayco Live, but then different and only once a month. So that is a thing that I already announced. I just didn't announce what it was, or what it is. So, yeah, then again, yeah, I still have 7 minutes, so I can keep the suspense. J-Core pre-recorded. No, I can assure you it's not J-Core pre-recorded. Secret is I will buy J-Core wheels for my Honda. Oh. That would be cool, actually. J-Core spinners on my Honda. Oh yeah. You guys are at least I bought something new again. Of course, I keep buying stuff because for my Eurobeat set for upcoming Saturday, I am playing with videos, but I also want to be able to change cameras. So my stream deck is like way over here, and my DJ deck is way over there. So I don't have the, at least I cannot place them so far by each other. So what did I buy today? Yes, at least I bought it yesterday and I received today. Is a mini stream deck. So with this mini stream deck I can change the cameras, but I'll be also using this for Warps on live streams. So if we are on location, then we can do some kind of cool stuff with it. So yeah. What a sleep. Yeah. Sleep is for the brave and the wise. Okay. This is gonna be the end of the show, so we have still one more track to go, and it's Daniel 7 and M Project with Rainbow Lights, the Frescas and Darwin remix. And before that, let's do a quick shout out to Melanpon, Spuugvuur, Tom CXR, Diorin B, Koala Bad Cow. That's pretty much everybody that is still chatting here. Harley Diver, of course. And Defrag. So, once again, thank you very much for joining into Jayco Live. Next weekend, other show, same time. Oh yeah, don't forget to come to Paradise Online upcoming Saturday if you really love Eurobeat and Hypertechno. It's a 12 to 14 hour live stream, depending on how many artists or how long they play. And yeah, if you think that my live stream was long, Paradise Online is just as long. I'll be there with 2 different kind of sets, one Eurobeat and one Hypertechno, so you definitely should check that one out. Yes, upcoming Saturday. So you can find it at twitch.com/DecimaSounds, and let's party hardy. As for now, this is the end of the show. I am not going to do a motivational speech. Oh yeah, okay, I'll do one quick one. This is my motivational speech. Don't be me. Go to sleep. Don't take too many projects, because I am really doing a karoshi now, right now. End of motivational speech. So yeah, before we going to play with the mix, there's still one more thing I need to say. 2 more things. One is I already said before, is thank you very much for joining into the show again. Thank you very much for keeping a mental check on my health. because after Sunday I am really gonna listen to my body and to you guys, and I'm not gonna do for anything for 1 week. And the other thing what I do want to say is stay safe, stay clean, stay sane, and definitely don't be me, but most of all, stay
J-Core.
Next track is M Project and Daniel 7 Rainbow Lights, Frescons and Darwin remix. This is Neodash Zerox. Out.
記憶が遠く走ってたきらめく影同士を忘れられなくてずっと君の目線の先に気づかずにこんなにそうだけ膨らんじゃって前見えないのたまにはやっぱり透明だけど遠くて少しずつ溶かしてくよ君となかって忘れ子私とまた夢を見よう気づかなくても今を抱いて始まりにしよう君とまた声交わそう私とまた歩き合おうつぼみのままだった明日を咲かせるの君の近くで君となかって忘れ子君となかって忘れ子君の近くで君となかって忘れ子私とまた夢を見よう気づかなくても今を抱いて始まりにしよう君とまた声交わそう私とまた歩き合おうつぼみのままだった明日を咲かせるの君の近くで
Je sais pas ce qu'il a la manette là.
Neodash, Zero. Thank you for the
Attends,
hi.
dire que je reviens, je
Yeah,
relance
thank
le jeu,
you.
vite fait. Bah vas-y,
Putain. Thank you.
dis-leur.
Mr. Yeah, thank you. Dus in de gaming door beleid against monsters.
Dis-lui que je reviens. Ok.
I'm blij als heler. I don't know how it works.
Ouais.
Oh, one is quiet. Ik hoop maar ja, have a goed stream.
Prenez pas ma place, hein, s'il vous plaît. Hein.